Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director with Lackawanna College, and we just had Media Day last week. We are into game week, and we're talking with our head women's volleyball coach, Shelby Morgan. Shelby, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last week, but we wanted to make sure we talked to you because got a full year now of season recruiting, all that kind of stuff, coming into year two.
Yeah.
How does it feel to get to this point?
A learning curve. It was a learning curve, definitely different from what I experienced. But it feels good. I have a group of really committed student athletes that want to be the driving force of the change in our program. Mm-hmm. So it's really exciting to have them and that buy-in.
They certainly seemed, at least on Media Day, they certainly seemed very energetic.
Oh, they are.
Very
a lot of personality.
A lot of personality, a lot of togetherness too.
Yeah.
Good bonding.
Said in the recruiting process into them, the first week is not do we just have great student athletes, but them as humans. We're filling our program with the right people.
Right.
So that's exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Last year, obviously, kind of restarting the program in a way. It had gotten a start the year before, but had only played a handful of matches or so. So last year really was a quote-unquote full schedule. What was that like for you? I know it's probably tough as a competitor. A lot of losses probably, but a lot of lessons probably learned there as well. And what was that like for you as a coach to kind of have that and to fall back on? And then how does that prepare you for this season?
I think growth is really important, and we've seen it in so many areas of our program. Building the culture, just expectations of showing up on time, what it looks like to have a schedule, and how do you compete in the gym, in the weight room. And that started last year, but that was what we were reinforcing in the recruiting process, what we were looking for. So our student athletes who came in, who I'm really excited about, already knew what our expectations were and what we wanted for this program. And putting wins and losses aside, I think we're already 10 times better with just that commitment piece and them understanding, yes, they need to show up for lifts. Yes, they have to show up for classes.
Right.
And this is what it looks like to have 100% effort in the gym.
Right.
And so I definitely think already just with 2.5 weeks in the gym together, I always say better every day, and that's what we're shooting for. And we had a scrimmage last week that we really saw that some tweaks that we have to look. We're still figuring out our lineup and who should be where, but I think we're in a really good place to start off the season.
You guys have a scrimmage coming up. We're filming this on a Tuesday into game week, but you've got another scrimmage coming up on Thursday night up at Keystone. What can you, I mean, you're playing obviously a lot of Division III schools. Kind of what's the difference in your mind between maybe a Division III and junior college in terms of maybe the talent you see or anything like that?
Well, to speak specifically about Keystone, they are a large group of freshmen too. So I think these are going to be two teams that are competing for a position, that want to earn a spot, that there's a lot of learning curves. They're still getting used to the caliber of play. We saw some really good Division III programs that had fast-paced offenses last week. So I think our goal is to get to that standard of Division II play, the speed, the volleyball IQ. I don't know if we're there yet, but the quality and, again, the commitment is we're heading in the right direction. We're light years ahead of last year.
Right.
So.
Who are some of the players, a lot of new faces again, who are some of the student athletes, some of the players that you expect to have big roles on the team this year?
You know what, thinking about and talking with my assistants, everyone on our team has a role, and helping them find that and what they want it to be is exciting but challenging. Some of them are playing in new positions.
Right.
We have a group of 10 freshmen, and my hitters are usually playing in a different hitting role. So our outside, you have Gabby coming from the Dominican Republic, who she's a right side hitter, and she's going to be a 6 rotation outside hitter for us, which I have a lot of confidence in her. I think she has to gain that the more we play. She'll see that she could totally handle that position. We have Nadia, who's going to be in a middle position for us, who could definitely have a direct impact. But it's about getting used to this level of play.
Sure.
And playing with a whole group of new freshmen. There's not a returner on our team that could say, hey, this is trend, this is what to expect.
Right.
Everyone is facing everything for the first time. I think our setter, right now we're still deciding. We have options between setting, which last year we didn't.
Sure,
so it's
yeah.
exciting to have that. I think Maddie and our defense with Zoe and Kenzie, we're going to be strong. But everyone on our team is contributing in some way.
Yeah.
So I think once we define everyone's role and they take confidence in their role, starting from this weekend, our opening match to maybe mid-year. And that's one thing I noticed last year. The team I started with, even though we weren't winning, there was huge strides.
Oh, sure,
and
yeah.
the growth there. And listening to some of the feedback from the coaches in our conference are like, wow, you guys got so much better. I'm expecting that for this team too.
Right.
So now we have a higher volleyball IQ and athletes that are bought in. So now imagine the growth that is in front of us. So.
Right. Sure. And you've got different girls from all kinds of different places that have come kind of converged here in Scranton, including a weird Scranton to Miami pipeline.
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
It's great. Their visit in March, it was a beautiful day. Beautiful. Like we were we didn't have a coat on, anything like that. And they are bundled up in their sweatshirts and like sweatpants. They're like, it's freezing. I'm like, oh boy. All right, this is gonna be a learning curve, but they love it. And you know what? They were a huge piece of our culture changing, and
Sure.
Their energy and attitudes and personality. It's awesome. But I have to warn them. We may have to get them an extra coat. Yeah.
It's going to get colder. It's going to get. You can already kind of feel the little nip in the air here at the end of August. It's starting.
I'm getting a little worried for them.
What you guys have obviously a full schedule ahead this year. Have you gotten a chance to kind of see what other teams may have, or what are you expecting out of maybe Region 19 or out of the teams you have lined up? It certainly seems like it's competitive and challenging.
So last year we only played conference games mainly. And this year our schedule there's more games, a higher level of play, which my goal and in my previous role, in my previous institution, when we were rebuilding, I always said, let's set a challenging schedule that prepares us for conference.
Right.
So I'm hoping that the games prior to conference or in between conference play are going to just allow us to compete at that higher level, win or loss from a game, but we're seeing a different level of play. So I'm hoping that will prepare us for Region 19.
Yeah, and of course, once you get into region play, Harkham's always been good, and Delaware Tech, obviously, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys in plenty of action. Starts off on how big is it to start off on Saturday at home? Get your first matches out of the way right there.
We're excited. I'm really excited. I'm getting butterflies right now talking about it. I think this week they just had 2 days off. We like to give the first day of school off, so I think they need that mental rest as well. So I think this week in the gym is just going to be full of energy,
right?
And just finding that concentration and control in our game. But it's awesome to start off home.
That's right. Yeah, with Penn State Hazleton at 10 a.m. I think it is in the gym, and then 2 p.m. against College of Southern Maryland, and getting it started. It's a big weekend. Men's soccer's in action, football in action down the street at the stadium. So there's going to be lots going on here.
I know. Fun to be a part of.
Is it weird to think that we're at that part of the year again?
Flew by. It flew by. I can't even believe it. Just being an academic advisor, the student is now coming into my office. I'm like, oh, it's time. It's picking up. And seeing my athletes, we joke around in real people clothes, not volleyball clothes. And I'm like, who are you? So it's funny. But I'm glad that it's back around. It's here. But it came fast, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in action here at the Lackawanna College Student Union against Saturday the 2nd, 10 a.m. against Penn State Hazleton, and then 2 o'clock against College of Southern Maryland. Those two will play each other in between as well. So looking forward to the tri-match. A couple tri-matches here this year too, which is fun.
We need to, increase that schedule, and the tri-match and tournaments are going to hopefully be a part of the schedule.
Got to show off the gym too, right?
I love it. It's great. It's great. Now the girls have to pick the right music that's playing in there.
Sure.
So we'll see how that goes.
Well, what's the right music that's playing there?
Well, sometimes I think the bass in that gym, it just like it takes over the
Okay.
words. You
You're
can't
right.
hear it. So I'm like, okay, let's play a sample before we get going. But we'll see what they choose.
It's trial and error, right?
It is trial and error. They're gonna learn. They're gonna be like, I should have listened to Coach. That wasn't the right song.
That's what you want them to say.
Yeah.
I should have listened to Coach.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll have plenty more with volleyball, everything else going on here as the fall is underway here at Lackawanna College.